There's a woman in my life who I adore, and she's been in my life since I was a little girl. She's older than me, and I and my friends had great respect for her. As we've aged, I found out that politically we believe different things, and she is a woman of great integrity, and she always votes for pro-abortion candidates, and I do not. And as I've aged, since I've entered my 50s and she's now in her 70s, I sat down with her once and said, how do you have good, holy values in other areas, and yet you believe it's okay to abort? And it was awkward because, again, she was always older than me and someone that you say Mr. or, Mrs. Smith or whatever when you're a child. So it was making the switch from being you're my elder to being equals and having this conversation. I wanted to be careful. And in this conversation, she talked about a situation where she had a sister in a mental institution. Her sister was brain damaged and I don't even know, mentally challenged. And she, while in that institution, was raped by a horrible person and was impregnated. She said to me, my parents had to make a tough decision. This sister of mine, this wonderful human being, but she would never be able to function, was forced to have a child she didn't want to have or would have been forced. So my parents made the wise decision to abort that child, which was their grandchild. And she said, so you think that she should have been forced to keep this child? And so I proceeded to talk to her about the value of that child, because her argument was that child probably also would have been, I think the word we used to use was, well, she said mentally retarded, but now we use the words mentally handicapped, unable to function. And what I said to my friend was, well, whether or not this child could function or be productive, he or she is still made in the image and likeness of God and would have been valuable. And it was really nice because we had this respectful relationship that this woman didn't have a rebut. She just listened. And I further, had I had the time to say, wanted to say, and your sister, she too was mentally handicapped. Should we not have killed her? Because she too was unable to produce in society. Yet it's so funny because of the disconnect. They loved the sister, even though she was not productive, couldn't do anything. But there was deep love for her. There was a value of that human because they knew her. And yet they couldn't make the connection to the baby, who also may or may not have had the ability to function in society. I bring this up because often we stray away from these tough conversations. And we feel that if we have these conversations with others, that we have to be mean or nasty. And, I get it. These days, we're not mean and nasty, but they are. You, my body, my choice, all these crazy things. When they know it's not their body that they're killing. And many even acknowledge, yeah, we know we're killing something, but I want it anyway. We have to be able to understand the deepest cores of what, first of all, what the human being is, but second of all, what are people's reasons? And had I not had a good relationship with this lady, she may not have shared because she wouldn't have trusted me. But she trusted that I wasn't going to throw anything in her face. And I'm hoping that in this interchange, it got her to think, maybe I've been wrong. Maybe I shouldn't want any mother to kill her child. But my video is for you who are afraid of those conversations. You have to really prepare yourself, because some of these conversations in society, the trans, homosexuality, gay marriage, abortion, these are the ones that we're all now being faced with daily. And we have to be able to explain with love why we believe what we believe. I will tell you, you will always be on the winning side when you're on the side of truth, whether or not the other person wants to be blind to it or accept it or not. But your purpose is not to win so much as to open someone's mind. And to do that, you need to establish a relationship of love, trust, and kindness. I'm not asking you to go out on the picket lines or on the, abortion areas and pray pray in front of abortion clinics, though I would love for you to do that. But I am saying perhaps there's a friend or a family member that you know that you could bring up the conversation, or if they do with a snide remark or some comment about a politics, say, hey, can I ask you a question? And just a, healthy conversation. Why do you believe what you believe? And allow them to speak. And after they speak, zip your lips. When you zip your lips, you're able to hear what they have to say. And while they are speaking, you are praying. Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with me. Our Father, who art, and give me the wisdom. But if you know the truth about a subject, then, and if you've committed it to God, the Lord says, do not worry about what you shall say or the words you shall speak, for where you are there, I will speak for you. This isn't true all the time. This is true when you've prayed and said, Lord, I give anything that comes out of my mouth to you. I hope that if you have a friend or a family member who believes it's okay to abort their child, that you can say or question the way I did, or some of these other brilliant speakers. I'm hoping that I changed a heart when I had that conversation, but I am also now clearer about why someone else's reasons were. It was out of love for someone, out of hurt, out of anger. Her family member should never have been raped. That would make anybody angry. And sadly, I've seen that happen several times. The business I'm in. Guys, we've got to go out and love one another. No matter how mean and nasty people are, you go out and be Christ. You go out and speak truth. And it's up to them if they want to take it or not. Hopefully this helps even a little. Hopefully you'll save even one soul, because that one soul is invaluable. But because you were able to speak and not remain silent. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching this informational Bacon Bit. And as always, remember to live your life sunny side up.